Hi, this is Rich from Wormico. So maybe you're interested in the idea of worm composting and would like to try it out. However, there might be some concerns that are holding you back. In this video, let's discuss some of the most common fears about worm composting and how they can be easily addressed. Let's start with the biggest fear, smell. A well-managed worm bin should smell like fresh soil, similar to a forest floor. If it starts to smell a bit off, then it usually means one thing, overfeeding, which is a common mistake when first starting out. It's important to keep your worm bin balanced with greens like food scraps and browns like shredded cardboard and paper. A balanced worm bin won't have any smells, and that's usually a good indicator that you are feeding correctly. Worried about mess? Most worm towers today come equipped with a lid and a sump. This keeps the worms, food and castings contained within the system to prevent mess. In addition, the Wormico Tower has been designed with trays that don't have any gaps when stacked. This means that worms can safely explore all the levels of the tower without wandering outside. Sometimes castings, liquid, and even worms may fall into the sump. No problem, the Wormico Tower has a sump which can be unclipped from the bottom, so you can get quick and easy access if required. But what about insects? Worm bins are mini ecosystems, just like the floor of a forest, so some insects will eventually appear. But don't panic, some insects are beneficial and can actually help with the composting process. Insects are usually attracted to food, so be sure to avoid overfeeding, cover the food with bedding, and keep a thin layer of dry shredded cardboard on top. These best practices will ensure the insect population stays to a minimum and you'll continue to have a healthy worm farm. Thinking that it's too much work? Worm composting actually requires very little maintenance. You only need to feed once a week, give it a spray of water now and again, and avoid extreme temperatures. In addition, the Wormico Tower has been designed to make worm composting easy with dynamic aeration and a continuous feeding design. Harvesting castings is a big concern. Worms, food, bedding, and castings seem to be all mixed together. Separating the worms from their castings looks intimidating and time-consuming. But don't worry, there's a couple of different ways to capture those castings. One method is to harvest from the bottom. As worms create castings and move upwards, all the mature castings are in a layer at the bottom of the system. With the Wormico Tower, rotating the trays will open the bottom floor and allow easy access to the castings. You can then grab either a handful or more depending on your requirements. So as you can see, worm composting isn't scary at all. With the right system and a little know-how, you'll reduce waste, feed your plants, and enjoy the process. Still worried? Drop a question in the comments, and if you would like to see more videos in this series, then please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video.